I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. Good morning and hello, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable judges, timekeeper, moderator, and also our fellow debaters. My name is Kaisa Sabita, and I am, as the leader of the opposition team, would like to oppose this motion that this House would require a political candidate to pass a political competency test in order to run for office. In my speech today, I will first define the term of debate, and second, I will give the rebuttal point for the government team, and third, I will give my main reason of why we should not support this motion, and finally, I will provide a conclusion. Without further ado, let's move on to the first part of my speech. Within the status quo, in this day, in the democracy country, the election of political candidates are chosen from the election done by the society or citizens, and political candidates requires a various selection to join or to be participated in the election. And because of that, if the candidates are demand to pass a political test, it requires a high demand for the candidates. And if we are actually implementing this test, we could lose the most potential individual to be the candidates for the election. And the purpose of this motion is to find a better and high quality candidates to be the leader of the country. The limitation of this motion, we would focusly discussing the democracy country, especially in Indonesia. The definition of this motion, we have two keywords. First, political candidate, which means an individual who's participated in the government or political sector. Second, individual political competency test, which means an individual ability to engage and understand with the political system. So this motion means that they would require all candidates, all political candidates, to do the test in order to pass the election. And we are strongly reject the motion because it will burden the candidates and has a high risk of producing unfair candidates of politics. Moving on to the second part of my speech, the rebuttal points for the government team. Firstly, the government said that this task has many beneficial impact, such as giving trust for the society for the quality of the candidates. But as we all know, doing a test has a high risk of cheating that could happen, just like in other exam schools. So, requiring a test does not actually solve the problem of political nihilism. Secondly, uh, the if we not requiring a test, it will create an extreme policy. But we reject this statement because if they do not requiring a test, they will have most potential potential candidates to be in participated in the election, and it could create a policy that are actually fit for the environments in the country. So because they have experience to be in the society, not just create an extreme policy that are not suitable for the society. Moving on to the third part of my speech, the main reason why we should not support this motion. Firstly, requiring a test prone to implement a test taker to be paid by someone who are going to be a candidate for the politics. Ladies and gentlemen, within the status quo, cheating in exam, as such exam in elementary school, junior high school, and senior high school, are actually the thing that we cannot escape with it. So candidates of politics are mostly already have a wealthy, stable economics. So they already have money to enough. They already have enough money to call a jockey, a test taker to done their test. So requiring a test is actually prone to pay someone to do the test. If one of the candidates are dying to dive into the politics sector, they would do anything to get that position. If they had money, they can pay someone to do the test to in order to pass the test. And if they did pass it, the government will not analyzing their fairness and also competency, and it could have the potential harm for the society and the government. So requiring a test, it is equal to for the test to be useless because it does not counting for the fairness of the test. But it's not actually solve the problem of political nihilism. So requiring a test in order to be the candidate of politics, it has potential of cheating done by the candidates. And if the one who are passed the test, the one who's actually doing the test with honesty and fairness could lose for them because they lose for the one who are cheating the test. So the impact of requiring a test is prone to for a test taker to be done, and they can pass the candidates who are already not inadequate for the political system, and they cannot do their job effectively, and it could lead to create a policy that are not suitable for the society and the environment, and it could harm the society and also the government. Secondly, depending on a test score does not guarantee the quality of the individual candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, doing such as entrance university entrance exam, it requires a high order thinking skill for individual. So that thing does the same for the candidates to do a political competency test. It requires individual to have a high order thinking skills to pass this test, because this political test is counts as important for the sake of the country. So if candidates are required to pass this test, yes, it will be one of the consideration for them to be the candidates, but we should not depending on this test score to prove the quality of the candidates, because the individual are not proven, the quality of the individual are not proven by the test scores. So requiring a test, it could have the potential to pass the candidates who are actually clever but does not actually have the competency for actually contribute for the country. So the impact, if they requiring a test to be passed, the one who is clever, yes, they will pass, but they did not have the competency to actually contribute for the country, and it could create an extreme policy that are not suitable for the society, and it could harm the society and also the environments. So the the best solution to solve this problem, instead of requiring a test to pass by the candidates, they should require a real action that can prove the individual competency for the contribution of the country. So the one who are already experiences to be in the society, they can pass the selection, and they can approve the real action that are suitable for the society. And if they pass the election, they can create a stable and real action policy that benefits the society and also creates a healthy environment and welfare for the society. So the impact of implementing this solution is to maintain the peace and fair politics that happen in the society, and also preventing the candidates who are not suitable for the country. In conclusion, we understand that requiring a test are important for the consideration of candidates to be in political position, but we reject the candidates to be passing this test, because it has other negative impact for the society, and it could also lead to harming the society and the country, and that is why we are proud to oppose. Thank you.